Greetings, everyone. This is the Hipster Snek, and today we are returning to Garten of BanBan, Chapter 1. The reason I would do this to myself is because there has been, apparently, a sizable update. First off, the title screen's already a little bit different. It opened with an epilepsy warning, and the merch store link is now conspicuously missing. So that tells you a little something about how those BanBan toys went over. The next question you might have for me is, Snek, why would you do this? I mean, like, from a philosophical standpoint. Well, it's not, I assure you, it's not out of any kind of love or deep felt appreciation for this franchise, because it's not. Yeah. What it is, I would say, like, I don't care about the lore. I'll be honest. This game has lore, and they're trying so hard to get, like, big theory channels to cover it. But honestly, does it have physics? Yeah, it actually does. Look at that. They have physics objects now, guys. We're moving up in the world. Actually does look a little bit better, I have to say. Right, we're back in the drone mechanics. My favorite. Why is this like that? The thing is, when this started, how to become like Jumbo Josh, eat vegetables, and avoid meat. Well, then you'll just have a protein deficiency, but you know what, well... I guess Jumbo Josh did say he was obsessed with vegetables. I don't think he wants to eat a garbage bag either. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit, but, you know. I assume eating... What is that? Eggplant? Nope, that hurts me. Looks like an eggplant. Can you fault me? When this started, when all this nonsense started, I was actually, I think, one of the nicer people. I actually made an entire video about how they could polish everything up, going back and polishing older episodes. I think actually only the first episode was out at the time. I forget the exact details, but I was actually pretty supportive. I was actually kind of built them up, I'd say. Now, the thing that has since irritated me is the simple reality that they did not take my advice, they did not learn their lessons, and the game's improved maybe incrementally at best. And the thing is, I don't care about the lore. The game mechanics are so besides the point that it hurts. In fact, I hate most of the mechanics these games have explored. And I guess past that, the thing that's ultimately happened is I realized just how stupid it all is. But you know what? There's a zen in stupid. There really is. It got to the point where I realized that it was fun in the sense that it was so random and pointless that I couldn't help but kind of get swept up in it. The story doesn't matter. It's just a vehicle to introduce characters. The material that it was stealing from originally, which is to say Poppy Playtime, has taken such a meteoric decline in quality. Like, it's not even the most recent chapter. I didn't bother playing the most recent chapter of that. But, like, the second to most recent chapter, the one with Doey, was so badly optimized I couldn't actually complete it. But, like, it's all... they're pulling out new story beats. They're disappointing the original writer of the story with all that crap. And then, like, here's Garten of BanBan, who no longer has that to draw upon. So they just start making it up. And it just gets crazier and crazier. Everyone's just doing their own thing. Characters act on contradictory input. No one has any real motivation. You go from, oh, this character's your friend this chapter. Oh, no, they're bad this chapter. Oh, wait, no, they're sympathetic this chapter. Oh, wait, no, they're trying to kill you again. There's no internal consistency. There's no actual lore. You guys must know that by now, right? There's no real lore in Garten of BanBan. It's just whatever they want to throw at the wall in that instant. This game's really gonna have to step up its difficulty curve if it's going to beat me. Why does the music remind me of Mega Man? What kind? Who did you hire for the music for this the remake? If I hit 200, I'll just stop. I kind of feel like this is as fast as the game goes, and I can still well control the situation here. Also, don't listen to Jumbo Josh for health advice. Plants actually have defenses against you. We are keyed to be primarily carnivores. The fact that we're omnivorous is a bonus. It is something to keep us alive in dangerous situations. You actually should not avoid meat. And if you're a vegetarian, I'm sorry, but you're objectively incorrect. Alright, I give up. That's enough. I could keep going, but I don't think it's getting any more challenging, so I'm satisfied with that. I mean, hey, you added like a little bit of novelty into this chapter, grats, and honestly, a lot of this looks like higher res textures, so that's great. I love that. Let's check the little cafeteria area. This area was so pointless originally. I remember I actually suggested they retool the entire final chase sequence to actually end here instead, so that it wasn't just a stupid Easter egg you'd wander back into. Let's see if they take me up on that advice. I doubt it. I'm a zealous YouTuber. I doubt the Euphoric Brothers have seen my videos at all. Alright. Do I still... Yeah, still have to get the batteries. Okay. Which again... We're still doing the linear exploration. If you have it where they can get the items first, it would actually encourage more intuitive exploration. But hey, you know, you guys are staying the course. You stick to your principles, and I respect that. Even if your principles are terrible. By principle, I mean the stupid drone mechanic. They went, like... 6, 7 chapters before they decided that this was a bad mechanic. What's up, Apila? Yeah, I'll get to you. The end is here. Pancreas is mine. Yeah, this is still pretty much what it is. We're still doing that yellow glass mechanic. Wonderful. You had the opportunity to completely redo this, and you elected not to. Really shows the amount of effort. That's purple, not blue. Durr. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same. I mean, like, yeah, some of the textures are better. But, like, the trailer made it look like there was a bit more going on. And yeah, I know I missed an Easter egg. If you get the egg in the ball pit room and then double back to Opila, you get an additional key card. But that just, I think, shows you another one of those passport things. Oh, I actually can go down the slide now. Look at me. Nostalgia. Very cute. See, don't get me wrong, I like little things like that. I encourage that kind of world interactivity. The problem is, like, we're still doing the fetch quest. Everything is still the fetch quest. That's the thing in the BanBans, is everything is a... Walk over here, do the thing opens a door, behind the door is a key. The key opens the door that you were encountering in the first place. But, like, yada yada. So I recall, yeah. My memory of this is a little shaky because, first off, I only ever played through this the one time for my recording, well before I even knew what I was getting myself into. And the second, well, I was sick. Like, I had a really bad cold when I first played Garten's, the BanBans. I was a little high on my cold medicine, and like, I guess that probably gave me a slightly sunnier disposition to it, despite the fact that I think I still just said that it was okay at the end. I know scanning that thing was supposed to drop an egg somewhere on this playground, but I don't... Oh, that's right. It activates the button. Right, because that's the other major puzzle that early BanBan had, where you pushed a button to push a button to push a button to push a button to push a button to open a door. It was every... I slid through that slide. How could I not have found that egg? That going through the slide to find the egg would actually have been a more fun and clever use of your environment. Alright, cough it up. Gross. Alright, let's go deal with this. Yeah, it needed a teleport button because this mechanic was so extravagantly busted. It was the only way they could get this drone to actually function in three-dimensional space. Speaks volumes to the quality of what we're looking at here. That's cute. It's a little Appeal doll. Alright, take the hammer. Distraction at 1. I'm still not sure what that means. I remember someone said that during that little time clock segment at the start of the chapter, there was, at 1 o'clock, something changes in the environment or something. Like, that's when the door opens and you see, Captain Fiddles. Okay, guys. Really proud of your physics objects, I get that. And, like, Chapter 2 explains that the floor here fell through into the void. That's not active yet. Oh. Right, I gotta push the button to push the button to push the button, don't you know? Like, one, this is way too big to be a ball pit. You'd have to buy an outrageously huge number of balls to do it. And second, like, why? Why would you make the ball pit that big? Like, I understand there's the whole thing where, like, this place is built over a bottomless pit. That's, like, part of the quote-unquote lore of these games. But, what's this? I alone want to play with the whole bird, but everyone left me. No one had a party without me. This Mason see me but go. I am scared because hole is loud and my friends scream in it, but bird is funny. So that'd be horrifying if, you know, the real horror in BanBan is knowing that you still have like 7 chapters ahead of you and not one of them gets that much better. I will say, interest of charity. The most recent chapter, the most recent full chapter, was an improvement. Wait, that's pink, isn't it? I was like, she's white. There we go. Thing is, I think he's cyan, so technically this character shows up in a rainbow of colors before all is said and done. And this loudmouth lump of crap is orange. Man, you're fast, Pila. See, when I was first playing I was kind of in La La Land and just kind of going through the motions, and I didn't know what to expect, not having 8 chapters of experience. This actually kind of freaked me out, and looking at it with a clear, sober head, I realized that actually this entire scene is kind of goofy. Especially because this is like the lowest impact chase sequence I've ever had in a video game before. It will eventually come over and get you, but she takes her sweet time, let me tell you. The funny thing is, no matter how far ahead of you are, when you do this, she'll automatically teleport so that she can slam her head into the ground. Not that, you know, being dropped wouldn't be bad enough, especially knowing full well what's down there. So, there's our climax for the chapter. It's all downhill from here. And why did we go through all that? Why, for another key card, of course. Also, if you didn't find the egg in the skiless room at this point, that secret is now locked out forever. A BanBan doll. Very cute. So if you scan these, I think it takes you to some thing about Jumbo Josh, and later we learn that Adam Uthman is BanBan. Now, what is the significance of any of this? There isn't any, really. It's not active yet. Okay, I guess we are going to do a little more exploring before all is said and done. Wonder if the... yeah, it's here. What happened here? Yeah, that's still the same ambiance it was before. As I said in my critique, the audio implies that in this place, where we are already positive that something bad happened, especially to the children, this tape verifies that, yes, something bad happened to the children, and then gives us absolutely no further context. So, yeah, that's still as useless as it was in the first place. Thought I'd just be able to activate the elevator now. I don't know why that one's not currently active. I don't care. Oh, the chair's a physics object and it's in my way. You guys are really proud of figuring that one out, huh? Go. Oh my god, that drone is clunky. I did not miss it when I got the lightning zapper thing. Oh, right. Push the button to push the button to push the button to push the button. What the heck was I thinking? The sheer logistics of this place make no sense, and I'm still only on the ground level. Anytime you're ready, champ. Wait, seriously? That's the end of the chapter. The trailer showed at least 3 or 4 new things. There's supposed to be a different jump scare in the hallway, and something about putting the Opila doll over here. Yeah, you can't do any of that. That entire trailer was just false advertising for like a small touch-up on the texture pack. Oh, and some physics objects I can kick around. Can't even pick them up. I just kick them. I don't remember that being there. Not that it does anything. Then Jumbo's gonna reach up and take a swing at me. Yeah, we're in a horror game and I'm on an elevator. That only ends one way. Maybe 2 ways. I guess the one option is it falls, and the second option is something tries to tear the doors open. Because, like, every horror game does that. I guess when you have an open-air concept like this for your elevator, you really just kind of work with what you got. Oh no, she's slightly more lumpy! Beat the game without dying once. Well, I mean, dying in most video games is meta-knowledge held exclusively by the player, so... Wow, okay. You made me revisit that. I couldn't let it rest. I was too irritated at the end of all this. Distraction at 1. Oh yeah, look, that is when the door opens. Alright. So, I was too irritated. I went back and I watched the trailer for this update again. And there was something that caught my attention that I did not do. That I did not look into. So, no messing around. We're gonna... Yes, this thing. I can't... It keeps showing that vent. Okay, so... I'm going to get the hammer, I would guess. And I think... I forgot to grab this one. Which, yeah, that's the same as it was before. So... It keeps drawing attention to that vent. And the only real tool we get in this chapter is the hammer. So I think, if I have the hammer, I can do something here. I should, maybe, find where all this alleged new content is. Come on, dude. I will say everything in here still basically moves like molasses in wintertime. I couldn't let it rest. I was like, why does it feel like I'm missing something? Am I going to take back anything I said during that final rant? No. Because I think it's still pretty much 100% true. They had the opportunity to completely retool this and make something, you know, wholly distinct. And they basically just elected not to? But I am foolishly optimistic enough to think that maybe, if I follow the breadcrumbs, this won't be a waste of my morning. I rolled out of bed this morning, you know, and I was like, I need to record some stuff. Then I see this trailer, Garten of BanBan the first, updated. And I'm like, you know, people seem to like my suffering. People seem to enjoy me playing through them. And I've had moments that have made me laugh. To say that I haven't had at least a little entertainment out of all this would be untrue. Have they been good games? No. But I've paid more to get way less. So... Oh, right. This is the, that mechanic they thought was such a great idea. It's the same, but we add one step to it. So glad that got done away with once they decided to, once they decided to move to the taser weapon. So, can I do it now? I think, like, it's a tool, right? And they keep drawing my attention to this stupid vent, so, like... I don't think I can bring the drone into the cafeteria. Nope, not yet. Okay, maybe I have to go further into the story progression first. I hate you, Opila. I guess since I'm here... Oh, right. Since I'm here, I should probably grab the last secret egg. I forget where it is, though. I fully admit that I've never gotten it myself. I think it was, I was watching Alpha Beta Gamer, and he found it. It's like somewhere up above my head, as I recall. Maybe not. Whatever. My threshold for pain is low. Read all notes. Oh, alright. A quick look. So it has to be before you pick up that, because that cues the chase sequence. Yep, there it is. Alright, I finally found it. I've talked about it more than once, so... I have to deliver it before I finish this puzzle, so... this bit might be in fast forward. But I might as well. I'm here anyway. I'm trying to prove a point. Maybe the new content will be interesting. What? No, there's a doll. I guess they really did want to go all in on adding new collectibles. I don't think they serve any particular purpose, but... Alright, neat. I got one I didn't in the last run. And that should give me the key card for that last door, which in both prior playthroughs... why's it gotta move all creepy like that? I wonder if there's still nothing in this room. Gasp, shock, horror, there is still nothing in this room! Beverly Mason, I believe that was BanBan. Just a physics object. Yes! Yes, I was correct! This room is still a complete waste of time. Wait. That's event 2. Got my eye on you. Alright, let's do this anticlimax of a chase sequence and see if then I can make good on this teased vent situation. No one can say that I didn't do my due diligence. Alright? I want that on the record. Like, no, seriously, like, it irritates me. What? Oh. I stopped paying attention for 1 second, and that's what I get. That figures. Yada yada. Also, apparently they made the jump scare for Opila Bird like a bit more violent. Like, he doesn't just shake the camera. Well, she, I think. Doesn't just shake your camera now. But again, this is still, like, a non-threat. Alright, bye. Bye, big dumb idiot. I have a vent to go destroy, I assume. Because at this point, the only thing left would otherwise be to go in here. I'm gonna grab that doll off the desk. Kind of just purely for collection's sake. Whoops. Alright, so now... Why does it look like aquarium glass? It looks like there's water behind there. That is so weird. I also just realized that the desk is oriented the wrong way. I know, because I'm looking for collectibles now. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I don't know, I guess I'm just at the point now where I'm, like, curious enough. Ah, there was one stuffed over here in the corner. And this door still leads nowhere. Do I really care? The answer is no. But I'm here. I'm doing this anyway. So I set out on the mission to try to find all the dolls and items in this map. Because I think they're related. And up here, we have... Strange feeling draws me to the vent. It was! Okay, so the first vent I noticed was the one in the cafeteria. Now, there's a vent in every room, or in this case, several vents, as I've recently realized. But it was the first one I noticed, and apparently I was on the right track. I just needed to get all the collectibles. Alright. This should be the thing they were trying to get my attention to in that trailer. I'm terrified about tomorrow. Do you think we should maybe activate this facility concealment protocol? What? Prior to our departure, that would be even more untraceable. I think it's worth considering. Give it a thought and let me know your decision when I see you tomorrow. Also check the panel in the classroom. That'll be our cue. Talk soon. Panel in the classroom. Oh! Hello! Can I help you? Guess not. Alright, I can safely say I wasn't expecting that. Turn back. You were too curious. It's got eaten by a demon Baku thing, and I've been sent back to the start of the chapter. And now I have this VHS screen filter that indie games love so very, very much. Okay, I feel like I'm being invited to investigate deeper. Oh, the doll's gone. Okay. Yeah, some of the collectibles are gone. I don't know how far that extends. Alright, maybe things are picking up. Maybe this is the vaunted new content. And maybe because I missed that whole thing about the collectibles is why I felt cheated at the end. Because yeah, I had to dig deeper. You know, sometimes that happens. Maybe this is it, guys. Maybe this is the redemption arc. Maybe this is where things get good. Oh! That's that thing from the trailer. Alright. Okay. That tells me I'm on the right track. Okay. Are the eggs in the same place? Yes, they are. That's new. Oh, they love Captain Fiddles. Look at that. How wonderful. Okay, ambiance is a bit different. I'll be honest, I'm intrigued. Maybe this is going somewhere. I mean, it's BanBan, so it almost certainly isn't. But hey, there's room for naive hope. That's 3. That's 4. One of them should be over... Yeah, okay, that's the bit from the trailer right there. Missing one. Got that one, got the slide, got that one, got the boat one. Ah, one over here. There we go. Well, somehow that was a little more menacing. I don't know how the plush is more menacing than the genuine article, but somehow it was. The end is here. Is that what they meant? That's the sign? The end is here? Like, how'd that big demon dog even get in that room? Every doorway into it's way too small for it. Okay, all the notes are gone. Wait, what's gonna chase me? If Opila Bird's not here... That one's just deactivated and blocked off. Is that egg not gonna spawn? Okay. 6 days to get your prize. I can poke at it, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, this is all the same. Why does it feel like this is different? What's gonna chase me once I do that color puzzle? I don't know. Somehow it's worse. Not knowing. I mean, if the plush doll rides the ski lift, I might laugh. Okay. So these are all the same, so I guess I'll just treat it accordingly. This is their opportunity to get the drop on me. They could actually do something genuinely scary with this. Do I feel like they will? No, that's just not been the MO for these games. I'm just saying they could. Okay, last one. All right, here goes. Seriously? You're gonna let it go that easy? I half expected the demon dog to show up again. Okay. Yeah, you know, standing on the backrest is definitely the way I'm supposed to ride this thing, right? I don't know, this feels like it's way too easy all of a sudden. That's interesting, those footprints aren't there. It's supposed to be indicative that Opila Bird, like, climbed up out of the pit. Okay. Again. This feels way too easy. Genuinely way too easy. Do I want to stick my head in the cafeteria again? Yeah, it kinda... It's not there. Does it not spawn until I go into the last room, I wonder? Okay. Again, this feels way too easy. You... Please go. I'm gonna check for that tape player one last time. And then we're just gonna put a lid on this. Nope. I guess in VHS grain filter land, we don't play that game. Right, push the button to push the button to push... You've heard me say it before. I'm surprised. I don't know if it's a pleasant surprise or not. Just under these conditions, there's actually better ambiance than usual. I was half expecting them to try to capitalize on it. Maybe have something appear at the end of the hallway and start running at me? Come on. For love of invisible walls. This has not changed. Or, this could also be a setup for a revamped version of Chapter 2. Wait, was that the screen they were talking about? That note was so vague it could have meant anything. Ah, no, Jumbo's still here. You're not Jumbo. You're a pig? Here, have a plush. Have another plush. I remember there was like a fan-made pig character that did this weird thing where it had like a face on its belly that was like making the rounds. Oh. Didn't like Captain Fiddles, huh? I don't blame you, the guy doesn't do a whole lot. Your face is familiar. Well, I am a little cartoon snake. What do you want from me? A long trip waits ahead. You have no idea how right that is. Turn back before the search becomes the trap. I'm way past that point. Leave the abyss untouched. It does not forgive curiosity. Bro, I'm way past that point. It may not forgive curiosity, but I do not forgive mediocrity. I'm underwhelmed. I don't really feel like that second playthrough actually invalidated anything I said in my first. Like, the atmosphere in the second one was more like a horror game versus whatever Garten of BanBan is trying to be, given that it tends to fluctuate between we're trying to be vaguely scary and no, we're really not. This is literally the game that has its main quote-unquote monster say -1 million aura in his completely flat voice. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm just not intimidated by a monster who speaks stupid Zoomer lingo. God, this feels like wasted potential incarnate. Like, it feels like push objects in every social media button. Yeah. I don't care. So, I've been saying for a while they needed to revamp these episodes. The initial playthrough is not meaningfully different. You have to basically 100% the chapter to get to the new stuff. Which, okay, fine. You're trying to reward those who go one step beyond. I acknowledge that. But I don't think it really changed anything I said, because that second chapter added nothing. That was just, at best, a teaser trailer. Now there's suddenly this pig thing, and I don't know if it was the same thing that jump scared me or not. I'll have to review the footage. Yeah, all my complaints still kind of stand on their own legs. Like, that didn't meaningfully change anything. Like, it's still the same gameplay loop, except you don't have to go through the pointless chase sequence. You just get to leave. And then instead of Jumbo shaking the elevator, it's just Pigsy. Like, yeah, technically that was new stuff. Technically I did something different than the first time I played this game. But not really. Not deeply. Not meaningfully. If you're trying to indicate that your ambition is to release big, free content updates to every chapter before you release the next chapter, I actually don't feel like that would be a bad idea. But I'm going to caution you, even though I don't really believe the Euphoric Brothers watch my videos, I'm going to caution them nonetheless. If you're going to shoot for a particular feel, do it consistently. If you want these big content updates to actually make this a horror franchise, now is your time. If you fail to do so, you will never achieve it again. It's too late. But if you went through and you made like these New Game Plus loops through each chapter, not only would you add substantially more game time, especially if you cut down the pointless parts, like the essentially walking simulator parts and pointless puzzles, and instead had this like back and forth with you and the pig creature as you like explore each level again with this like slightly darker tone, you could probably salvage this franchise. It would go from the wacky woohoo novelty franchise to something that actually has a little bit of teeth. Like, not a lot of teeth. But you would put it into a position where it would be taken slightly more seriously. In fact, that could be your whole thing. You could have where the first playthrough is your wacky woohoo, drive a truck through a wall and explosions and nonsense kind of playthrough, then follow it up with the darker VHS grain filter effects, have like this back and forth against the pig. You could have a really interesting meta-narrative happening here. And again, if this were just like huge free content updates to each chapter, you could probably turn public opinion around on this. It'd be a long shot, but you could. Anyway, I have spent entirely too much time actually thinking about Garten to BanBan, which is not how Garten to BanBan needs to be experienced. This has been the Hipster Snek, signing off for real this time, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.